welcome to another video by Air Guns of Michigan. My name is Moose, and today I'm going to do a follow-up video on a comment on my Maverick video on how I clean and take care of my Maverick. You will need a few things to accomplish this, and I'm just going to show you what I use. Everybody's got their own different way of doing things, but ballistol, you're going to need some ballistol. I use ballistol not only on the barrel cleaning, but also to wipe the gun down. I actually also have a little container. I picked these up off of, I think Amazon, and there's ballistol inside of that, and what it does is it has a very fine needle point oiler on the tip. You're going to need some of that. I highly recommend Patchworm. Patchworm is a system that you can get at many different airgun shops. I order mine direct right from patchworm.com. It's also where I get my ballistol. You're going to need some ballistol soaked patches. You're going to need some dry patches, and depending upon your caliber, you're going to need a patchworm cord with the appropriate patchworm adapter or stopper on the end of it. My gun happens to be in 22 caliber, so being on this, you'll see if you buy one of these patchworm kits, right on the front, the white adapter is 22 caliber only. So I have it on there. So generally speaking, and unfortunately, I did clean my gun last night. I did shoot a few rounds today, so I'm not anticipating an extremely filthy barrel. Who knows? We could be shocked. The first thing that you're going to want to do is obviously make sure that the gun is clear. And I actually have a pellet trap down here. And yes, my gun is clear. Put the gun back on safe. I have fired. I will not use the mechanism to cock the gun again. Some people like to degas their guns. That's fine if that's what you want to do. You know, I know my gun's clear. I know my safety's on, and this is just how I do it. So, obviously, a good pair of goggles, or shooting glasses, or some kind of protective glasses is a good idea, and I'll explain why. Even though we're not firing, when you're pulling wet patches through your gun and it comes out the end of the barrel, I have actually had ballistol splash, and you don't want to get that stuff in your eyes, I promise you. So with this gun, like I said, this is in 22 caliber. I'm just going to go ahead and grab my barrel, and my hands are, there we go. Boy, oh boy, there it goes. I had that thing on there tighter than I thought. We're going to go ahead and remove the shroud from the barrel. I just leave my moderator connected. It's usually not a big deal. Exposing my barrel, I'm then going to cock my action back so that on this side my breech is exposed, the end of my barrel is exposed. I normally do this way, and we'll just do it this way. At this point, I take my wet ballistol patches, and I'm going to run, just for today, I'm going to run just one through the barrel. As like I said, last night I actually cleaned my gun. Now, everybody's got a different opinion on how wet a ballistol patch should be. I run my patches very wet. And I do that intentionally so that as I am dragging my wet patch through my gun, I'm dragging it as slow as possible. So you're going to take, there's my end with my stopper on it, this is my other end, is you're going to take this and just insert it into your barrel, just feeding it down the end of the barrel until it pops out the other side. Now, one thing about patchworm, and I've had people say, hey man, I have a really hard time getting my patchworm cord, started into my barrel. If you actually, here, we will turn it around. If you actually notice down here, it's kind of on an angle. So as I'm pulling my cord through, I have a tendency to just kind of help this thing get kind of straight. So now when I pull this, it's already lined up to go in through my barrel. Now I will swap this back around just because it's easier for me to pull from this end, and then I just gently and relatively slowly pull my patchworm through my barrel. And just to show you guys, I did clean this gun last night, but cleaning is not something that's slow to do. And you can see just how dirty that is from just the 100 or so shots that I took this morning. The one thing about the patchworm is on these little adapters is make sure before you pull this patch off of the patchworm, you make sure you keep track of that little stopper, because what can happen is they can actually get pinched into this, and then when you pull it off the end of the cord, your little adapter goes ding. I had it happen. That's how I know. But you can see there that it's kind of dirty. And actually, right in front of my finger, I don't know if you guys can see that. I'll try to move it around real slow. You can actually see like shavings, and that's I'm guessing that's lead from the barrel or whatnot. Trying to find my rag. Here it is. So once I've done that, then my patchworm cord is now pretty wet with ballistol. So I just like to pull it through, just an old rag, just to kind of get the excess ballistol off of the cord itself, so that when I start pulling my dry patches, I'm actually drying and not anything else. Now, because I did stop right in the beginning, I do have a little bit of ballistol that leaked into the breech. Not a problem at all. It's not going to affect the gun. If anything, it's going to put a protective coating on it that you would prefer to have. Then just go ahead and grab yourself some of these dry patches. Go ahead and pop one through there. Pull it down. And then I'll send a couple of dry patches through just to clean out the rest of the residual. And this is a perfect example of gun barrel cleaning, air gun barrel cleaning, I should say, and how it can certainly affect trajectory and things like that. I mean, look at how black this one is. And I was in a meeting last night with Tom Holland, Mr. Target or Field Target Tech, and he watched me clean this gun. And there you go, just after 100 shots. So I highly recommend, and dude, listen, everybody's got their own opinion, or dudettes if there's others watching. I've been in debates over this, and people that claim, oh, you never need to clean an air gun barrel. There's no way that lead from a pellet is being left behind, and it's certainly not affecting, your pellets and this and that. And you know what? I look at it like this: to each their own. I care enough about my accuracy and enough about my guns that I do this because, to me, it's important to just well maintain your your investment. You know, as most of us know, these guns are not cheap, and why wouldn't you want to take care of it? So that's why I do this. So I have not had a chance, and I don't believe that I need to at this point, lube any of my O-rings in this gun. It is still only like 6 days old to me, so I will, if I do decide to do that at a later date, I'll do a different video on that. And then you guys can see, like I said, you know, I cleaned this gun last night, and we're still pulling out dirty patches. So once I've done that, and my normal routine, and by the way, I am going to decock this gun now. You can just hold back on your action here, pull the trigger, and then just gently allow your cocking lever to move back forward. One thing that I do recommend when you are cleaning the barrels on these guns is I generally, especially when the gun was new, when this gun was new, I pulled 5 wet patches through this thing with about a 5-minute increment in between each pull. And the reason I do that is to allow the ballistol to actually break down the gunk and the materials that they use to package these barrels, so that you don't get any kind of rust or pitting or anything else inside these barrels. And most manufacturers, as a matter of fact, I've never had an air gun, and I have quite a few, that has never needed, or I should say, that has ever had a clean barrel when I received it. So, like I said, I generally pull about 5 patches, all wet, right in a row, about 5 minutes in between. Maybe 2, 3 is fine too. I just find that, you know, more isn't gonna hurt anything, so I just let it go like that. At this point now, I can go ahead and reinsert my shroud back onto my gun here. Go ahead and find where it's seating, and takes just, there it goes. And then go ahead and tighten it back up. And then the only other thing that I generally do with this gun and others that I have that are similar is this cocking lever slide. I will take my little thing of ballistol, and right here you can see this mechanism here that it rides on this steel rail as I'm working the action of the gun. And I'll just take a drop. There you go, 1 drop, and then I'll go ahead and just kind of run it back and forth a few times just to lubricate that, so that you know, it cuts down any of the cocking mechanism movements. And then I do the same thing to these little joints. I just put a little drop, a little drop, a little drop in that pin. Go ahead and work the action a little bit. And believe it or not, you really can feel a difference after just doing that. And then I just gently dab up the excess, so that, you know, it's not floating all over the gun and collecting more dirt than it is doing good. But that's I mean, you can really feel the difference in that. And then obviously we'll decock the gun. So gun's decocked, back on safe, and there you go. That's pretty much all I do as far as like you know, maintenance and cleaning this gun, at least at this particular point. Like I said, I don't have any leaks. When I did remove my barrel the other day, you know, my O-rings they looked great. There was no reason to address those in any way. You know, we can certainly look into you know, replacing O-rings if needed, but I haven't found that I've needed to replace any yet. So there you have it. I hope that that helped at least you know, 1 or 2 of you. You know, this is, you know, the way that I take care of my guns. And I'll be honest, I got to give a little bit of credit to, actually I got to give a lot of credit to Steve over at AEAC, as what really stoked me to want to use the patchworm and about barrel cleaning and things like that was his old video on secrets of accuracy. And Steve sits down and really talks about, you know, how important it is to have these barrels clean and how he gets such good accuracy from his guns. And I'll be honest with you, I used to use a makeshift, basically similar to the patchworm. I had some really thick monofilament line that I doubled over, and I used to feed it down my, well, I'd feed it from the other end and pull it out the end, and then take a patch and just kind of slip it in there and pull it through. And I thought I was doing a good job, I really did. And when I got the patchworm, it made all the difference. And it also made a difference in my accuracy. It really, truly does make a difference. So hopefully, like I said, that helps you guys out. And if you enjoyed this video, or even if you didn't, but you enjoyed some of my other ones, you know, I'm just another guy, just like you guys, who enjoys air guns and does what I do because of my love for it and the fact that I have so much fun doing it. You know, please go ahead and subscribe. It doesn't cost you guys anything. Hit that, you know, little bell so you can be notified of upcoming videos. And then, by all means, please give me a thumbs up. You know, it helps everybody in the community. It helps to get the videos out so that more and more people can, you know, maybe learn a little bit about cleaning their barrels, even if, you know, they're one of those people that just likes to clean their barrels when they first get the gun, and then they leave it for the rest of the gun's life. You know, that's personal preference. You know, I'm not going to debate with people whether or not you have to do it. I don't think you do have to do it. But to me, I have very good results because I do it. So, all right. Thanks. This is Air Guns in Michigan. I'm Moose, and we'll catch you guys next time. If you guys got any questions or suggestions, drop them down below, and maybe we'll do a video based on your suggestion. This one was. Take care. Bye-bye.